We're live at Apex One Radio this beautiful Saturday from the city of Columbus in the United States of America. Thank you so much if you are just joining us. Welcome to this first segment of broadcast. My name is Ernest Kanjo, and we are live from the United States of America. Saturday, the 15th of March 2025, just 16 days to the end of the third month of the 2025th year after the birth of Christ. It's a beautiful Saturday. I hope you had a fantastic working week and you're definitely going to have a wonderful weekend. And so thank you for your support, your fervent listenership, and all you do for Apex One Radio. My name is Ernest Kanjo Maxwell. Adig is in Valsut in Germany, controlling this first segment of broadcast digitally from that end. Okon Ekoyong is my studio director this Saturday. Welcome on board and welcome to this first segment of broadcast, which will begin with a fresh edition of Apex Movie Hall. And so the movies keep emerging from the continent. Day in, day out, we have new movies coming up. Producers, directors, and actors are on movie sets across the continent making new products for your entertainment. And all of this is happening amidst the evolution of the world. Technologically speaking, because technology is evolving and we see far more brilliant and well-packaged movies these days than otherwise. And so once again, thank you so much. It's going to be a fantastic edition of Apex Movie Hall, which begins in just a moment. We have three guests on the show today. One of them will be speaking from Limbe in Cameroon. Then Mary Turay will be speaking from Freetown in Sierra Leone. Then we're going to be speaking with Isho Mbayoh from Sierra Leone as well, but he tells me he's currently working on a Nollywood set in Nigeria. And so we'll be joining you on radio with these young, talented Africans to tell their stories here on radio. Once again, thank you so much. Welcome to this edition of Apex Snapshots, not Snapshots, but Apex Movie Hall on Apex One Radio. Without much ado, let's say welcome to our guests. Then we'll kick off the show, beginning from Freetown, where Mary Grace Turay now joins us. Mary, welcome to the program. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much for having me. I am doing not too well, that's the honest truth, but I definitely have to be here because of you, because of your hard work and everything you've been trying to do to push, Africa as a whole, the world that's large. So I had to say to myself, Mary, no matter how you're feeling, you have to be there because he's been there supporting you. You have to be there for him as well. So I'm not too well, but I am here. I thank God for that.
Thank you so much, Mary. Hopefully, you feel better. We wish you a speedy recovery, and thank you for the respect. Thank you for always making, even when you're not feeling good. We do understand that, and of course, you are also one of those daughters of Africa who are making the continent proud. So, why not for you as well? So, thank you so much, Mary, for joining us on the program. Let's find out if Staphanie is joining us as well. We're having some technical issues reaching her from Limbe, but she'll be joining us live on the show as well. Then we are also expecting to be with Isho Mbayoh, who is a Sierra Leonean film director and actor. He will be telling us about his latest movie as well. But he tells me he's on set in Nigeria for a Nollywood production. So he'll be joining us shortly in this edition just on Apex One Radio. We are live from the United States of America. But just before we kick off this edition of the show, us will be host to the movie premiere of When Love Happens come April the 5th this year. And that movie will be premiered at the Phoenix Lennox 24th Theater here in Columbus, Ohio on April the 5th. Like I said, that event begins at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the red carpet. Then showtime will be 7 p.m. The address is 777 Kenya Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43212. I take it again, 777 Kenya Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43212. And so all roads will be leading to the Phoenix Lennox Theater 24 on April the 5th this year, when Carter Davis's When Love Happens, She's the Light of Day officially. Tickets are on sale. Regular tickets will be costing $50. Then, if you want a VIP ticket for that movie premiere, then you need to dip your hands deep into your pocket. With $100, you'll be having a VIP for Road of Take Place in Ohio on April the 5th this year. Let's see if the second guest on the show is now joining us from Limbe, Cameroon. Staphanie Daniella, how are you doing today? Welcome to the program. All right, she's with us, but we're still having issues with internet connectivity. Hopefully, we will get back to her. Then we are looking forward to having the third guest on the show. Then our conversation can kick off on full gear. But as we await Ishmael, let's say Columbus will be host to When Love Happens on April the 5th this year. We are back to announce the upcoming premiere of this Liberian movie, which is the light of day from the United States of America. The first USA premiere will take place in Minnesota. That should be the week after next. Then, after the Minnesota stopover of this movie, Columbus will be next for the second USA premiere of When Love Happens. We'll be coming back to that story. Time for us to make a stopover in Nigeria, where film director and actor Isho Mbayoh is now joining us. Isho, welcome to the program. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, and thank you very much for having me.
It's our pleasure to have you on Apex Movie Hall today. You are in Nigeria, where you flew over to shoot a Nollywood movie. Am I correct?
Exactly, yes.
All right. So, how is Nigeria this Saturday evening?
So hectic. I'm on set.
Okay.
You know how it is. Yes.
Where precisely in Nigeria? Is it Lagos, Abuja, Aba?
No, I'm right here in Delta State, Asaba.
You are in Asaba. Asaba also happens to be a Nollywood stronghold. Okay, thank you so much. Welcome to the program. With you, we'll be talking about Chicha Nyanquee. Let me know if I pronounced it properly. Is it Nyanquee or Nyanquee?
It's Nyanquee.
Nyanquee, all right, perfect. Also, Teacher Nyanquee is one of your movies. We'll be talking about it today, and also learn more about some of your upcoming projects or even past ones. Time for us to see if Staphanie is joining us from Limbe. I guess not, but we will look forward to having her as she joins us on the show. Also, today we'll be speaking with three filmmakers on the continent. There is Mary Grace Turay, there is Isho Mbayoh, and of course, Staphanie Daniella. So it's another movie season on the continent with great films emerging. So in 3 weeks, like I said, Columbus will be welcoming one of those movies. But then we have Staphanie Daniella, a young and gifted actress and producer who lives in Limbe, Cameroon. In recent months, she has produced 4 films, some of which are The Face I Never Saw. She's also done Brianna, and most recently she did Esubag, or is it Esubag? Well, she'll tell us when she comes on the airwaves. And so she joins us on the show today to talk about this latest production. Mary will be talking about her role in Chicha Nyanquee, and she'll also be telling us about her upcoming movie project. Then, with the film director and producer Ishobi, we'll be talking about, of course, Chicha Nyanquee and his upcoming works. Well, let's see who comes first. Let's go to Nigeria, where Ishobi is joining us once again. Once again, welcome back, Ishobi.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
So before we talk about
Thank you for having me.
your own film, tell us about the one you are currently working on in Nigeria. Is it your project, or you just got hired to fly over to Nigeria for a Nollywood project?
You said, come again.
So I just wanted to find out about the project you are currently shooting in Nigeria. Is it yours, or you were just hired to be part of the production?
Oh, okay, I was hired. I think I came around November last year, 2024.
Okay.
But like we all know how Nigeria is. If you are talking about movies, if you come to Nigeria for just a single project or two projects, if you don't take your time,
you end up doing 5 or 6.
just love to be around, So since November, I've not been able to go back to Sierra Leone. I'm just here working back to back, shooting over and over.
Wow, that's so interesting to know. So he's been busy since November when he flew over to Nigeria from Sierra Leone, and we're talking more about that. Let's find out if Staphanie is now joining us from Limbe. Staphanie, let's know if you can hear us now.
My network is extremely poor. I don't know why.
Yes, we do understand that, but at least you can go through. How is Limbe this evening?
With the work that you are doing now, you need
All right, we'll come back to her. Let's bring back Mary Turay. Mary, welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Right. So Mary, I do understand that you were part of the cast for Teacher Nyanquee, whose producer and director we have here on the show as well. But before we talk about that, let us flash back to your own works. I know one of the biggest films you did just a few years back was Clashofera. Right. So tell us about it. How is it doing in the market? Are people still watching it? Are they feeding back information? Tell us about it.
So Clashofera is actually a short film that we created for the Leonean Film Festival that we won in 2023. And we're still on the developmental stage because we want to turn that short film now into a full-length film. So we're still trying to put resources together to do that. So we're actually still on the developmental stage. It's not out there right now to see. All you can see is the short film, which is of course on YouTube. And yeah, that's what we are doing right now. We've been on the developmental stage for like almost 2 years now, because this May would be 2 years. And we're still hoping that we'll get the funds that we need, because what the resources we're looking for is not small at all. And I don't think it's something that has been done in my country, Sierra Leone. So I don't want to say it's impossible. It's just we've been struggling for people to see the beauty that we created and what will come out of it at the end of the day. And doing that in an underrepresented country like Sierra Leone is hard. Ishobi can attest to that. It's been hard getting people to trust the project and invest in the project. But we're still on it. We're still pushing. We're not going to give up. So far, that is where we are with Clashofera. It has been nominated it was nominated last year in Canex, Canex that happened in Algeria. And we just got a new nomination last week on the 12th. We got a new nomination in South Africa. There's this Hollywood something Africa cinema it's a festival. They nominated Clashofera. So it's still making lots of international recognition, but we just don't want to take it international like that. It's a Sierra Leonean project. So we want the people in this country to embrace this project and see the possibility that this project can bring. Because we can just likely go to any other place and they see the job, they'll definitely jump on it. But that is not what we want to do. We want this project to be I wanted to break limitations, the way people see movies in Sierra Leone, because the
Okay.
Nigerians are doing well, the Ghanaians now, the Cameroonians are doing well, the South Africans are doing well. I believe in my heart with Clashofera, we can break certain boundaries for people to know that Sierra Leone can also do well. So yeah, so we're still pushing. We're not gonna give up on that at all.
Sierra Leone can definitely still do well with Clash of Era. She hopes to break the boundaries. Mary Turay is her name. Let me find out from Ishobi. Mary just mentioned some of the difficulties which your industry still faces, including perhaps funding of film projects. As a film director in the Sierra Leonean film industry, um, is this problem real, or how far has the Sierra Leonean film industry gone? We are in 2025. We expected that by now things would have gotten better. If we see you fly to Nollywood and stay there for months, is it because you want to use that Africa's biggest platform to grow the Sierra Leonean film industry? Is Shebi, did you hear us? All right. Apparently, it didn't go through. Let's try Limbe again and see if Staphanie is back on the airwaves. Then we'll go back to Ishmael. Stephanie, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Thank you so much. We're happy that we can hear you now. So you are the producer of Esubag, which was released recently, if not last week. But before we get to that, how is White Lamb Entertainment doing? That is the film production outfit which you run.
Oh, White Lamb Entertainment is doing well. We the production is fine because we we have a lot of people, and when we look at the future, we see a lot of success. So I can gladly
Mhm,
say the production is doing well.
mhm. Now, tell us about your latest movie, which has, uh, has been promoted this past couple of days. It's called Esubag. Is it Esubag? Did I pronounce it properly?
Yes, it's called Isubag.
Okay, Esubag, and that sounds Bakossi, correct?
Yes, that's my culture.
Okay, beautiful. So Bakossi is a tribe in the southwest region of Cameroon for the Sierra Leoneans who are on this show. So Esubag, is it a long or a short film?
It's a feature film, long.
Okay, how long is it?
Uh, Isubag is about 1 hour 40 minutes film. That's about one almost 2 hours feature film.
Okay, almost 2 hours long. So where was the film shot?
Oh, it was shot in Limbe. We shot it here in Limbe, to be precise, but okay, a village in Limbe.
Okay. Limbe is a seaside resort of Cameroon, one of the major tourism sites in Central Africa. And that is where this film producer, who doubles as an actress, is based. So is Esubak shot in the Bakossi language or English?
Both English and Bakossi language.
Okay. That's beautiful. Well, Stephanie, we'll come back to you. We just want to crave the indulgence of our audience that the sound quality of this production is not the best because our guests are speaking from really far away. But we will write on and get the best out of this radio production. Let me go back to Nigeria, to Asaba precisely, where producer and director Isho Mbayoh is joining us once again. Shelby, let me know if you can hear me now. Can you hear me? All right. I guess we are still struggling to reach him. Time for me to go back to Freetown, where Mary Turay is joining us once again. Mary, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for
All
having
right.
me.
So, Mary, tell me about this while when you've been struggling to get funding for Clashofera. Uh, Hopefully, you've not just been without doing anything. You've definitely been working on something else, correct?
Definitely, definitely. For me, Clash of Fire is like the bigger projects that I
Mm-hmm,
have to do in the near future. But I've
mm-hmm,
been doing other projects like last year, a movie we did, Teacher Nyanquee,
mm-hmm,
directed and produced by Isho came out, and also Small Things, which I did in December.
mm-hmm.
So I played Isho wife in Teacher Nyanquee, a cook police officer. I'm even ashamed to talk about. I played
that,
a role that I am not
that's
proud of
okay.
at all, at all. I'm ashamed of that role, and people have been on
Mm,
my neck and laughing at me. How can you be a crook police officer? I go like, stop it! It's a film. It's just a character I had to play, you know. But I played his wife and
mm-hmm,
a very corrupt officer who collects bribe, not interested in doing her job, you know, who's very corrupt
mm-hmm,
in her home and out of her home, but has this very dedicated husband, you know, who is a teacher. So we
mm-hmm,
we we actually go back to our primary school. Some of us don't even remember the names of our good teachers, but we really do had good teachers from primary school who looked up to some of us, who said to some of us that you're definitely going to be somebody in life. And today we're seeing that result. So Ishobi actually played that kind of character, very dedicated teacher. He goes to work early on time. He's dedicated with what he's doing in his home and everything, and has this very corrupt wife who just care about money, care about the celebrity status. She just wants to get rich overnight and have everything. It's a beautiful story. It's very educative that I'll tell parents to watch, you know, especially parents, because that will help you check up on your kids and what they do in and out of school, you see, and why it's also very important for you to be in contact with your kids' teachers in school, you know, to like constantly following up on how your children are doing at school. It's a very, very educative film. I'll definitely recommend Teacher Nyankui to every parent out there, you know, to see. And Small Things, which is written and directed by Carlos Leon, a very young, hardworking Sierra Leonean filmmaker. So they had this competition they were going in for. They saw the competition in Hollywood. They wanted to be a part of it. So they had to create a 20-minute film because they have this group that they're running. It's called Exceed Fantasy on Facebook. So what they do is they recreate movie scenes. That is what they've been doing. But they wanted to go in for that competition. So they had to do small things which I was featured in. He called me and he was like, I know you're not, because actually I had C-section. I went through C-section like 6 months ago. I just gave birth 6 months ago. So he was like, I know you're not feeling too well, but I don't think I can do this with anybody else. I just want you, please, to do this for me. It's just 20 minutes. And it has to do with our couple live in a house. Like some of the things that happen before you get married to somebody, there are some sides you would never ever see, but when you guys are married and in the same house, that is when you start to know that I don't like how my partner snores. I don't like how he or she brushes his or mouth. I don't like how you smell in the morning. I don't like how you look in the morning. I don't like how you eat. If only you can change that. Those are the times you would start noticing things. And as time goes by, as in you stay 1, 2, 3, 4 years in the marriage, everything starts, coming out. And that is where you know whether you want to still continue being with this person. That is when you would know whether you want to walk out of your marriage, which a lot of people are doing right now, finding the easy way. You see. And also small things is about that. Some of the things that are happening in our homes daily, especially when you're married, that we don't normally talk about. I think it's high time we start talking about those things, as in change this. Well, me personally, I believe marriage is about two different people coming together with different habits and everything. I feel we always have to compromise certain things for us to continue being together. You see, so that is the message we're really sending in small things, that sometimes you just have to compromise certain things to continue, being with somebody else, because we're not the same. We have different upbringings and everything.
Mary Turay, who is a well-known Sierra Leonean film producer, also doubles and excels as a movie actress. She's played lead in several films, including Small Things, which she just talked about, and of course, Chicha Nyanquee, which we are also talking about in this edition of Apex Movie Hall. We are live on Apex One Radio from the United States of America. We're sorry for the technical quality of the show, but that is the best we can afford to do because of internet connectivity. We'll come back to you, Mary. Time for us to try Victoria again, from where Staphanie Daniella is joining us once again. Staphanie, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So is Esubag released already?
No, we just
All right.
released the Isubag yesterday.
Okay, so the trailer is released. When do you hope to put out the film?
Why not Netflix? Why not
Okay.
the platforms? Yeah.
Okay. So when does the full-blown film come out? When are we expecting Esubag?
Any moment from now, we want to start submitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the international festivals and the local festivals we have around, because
Mm-hmm.
normally cinema project, and we really want to see it high. The reason why we did something big for our audience.
Okay, that's interesting. Now let us talk about the movie itself. When and where was it shot?
Okay, we shot the movie, that was last year, April 2024. It was shot in Limbe.
Okay. Right. And so tell us about this movie. What is it talking about? Esubak sounds like a Bakosi delicacy. Am I
Yes.
correct? If not, what is it talking about?
Okay,
Okay.
Esuba is talking
So
about.
the movie is about food. It's about food.
No, it's not just about food. The movie is
Okay.
talking about women
All
empowerment.
right, go ahead, tell us.
Yeah,
Okay.
he talks about women empowerment, because this in real life there's some the African mentality. When you get married to a man, that's a woman getting married to a man, and you're not submissive, and you don't really do the things a man wants from a woman, because the African mentality, we feel like if you get married to a woman, that woman should be a slave by
Mm,
being submissive to you first. No, so we are trying to make sure that women should not lose their voice. They shouldn't lose their value because they are married to a man. If a man does not respect you, there's no need for you to be there. You need to wake up from your sleep,
mhm.
empower yourself as a woman. If a man can do it, why not you? helping yourself is just about you not accepting domestic violence because you're married to a man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
that's interesting.
yes.
So who is this movie speaking to? Is it just women, or it's also addressing itself to men?
It's speaking to everybody, not just women. It speaks to everybody.
Okay, that's beautiful. Right, we're speaking to the producer of Esubag, a Cameroonian movie, which is at the verge of being made public. Its trailer was released yesterday. Staphanie Daniella Ponga is also the producer of several other movies. She's been in the business for a while now. She's on radio today to talk about Esubag, and we'll also have time to talk about the face I never saw just in this edition of the show. You take a break, Stephanie. Time for me to go back to Nigeria, where Ishobi is joining us from Asaba. Ishobi, let me know if we can hear you now. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. I was having problems with my connection.
Yeah, that is understandable. Now let us talk about the movie you did at least recently. We're talking about Chicha Nyanquee. So is it a long movie? Is it a short movie? Under what category does it fall?
Teacher Nyanquee is a full-length movie. I think about
Okay.
1 hour or so or more.
Okay. So when was it shot and on what locations?
We shot Teacher Nyanquee way back in 2022 or so, and
Okay.
most of the locations was in Freetown, yes, the capital city of Sierra Leone, Freetown. We shot Teacher
Okay.
Nyanquee, yes.
Oh wow. All right, that's interesting. And could you just go ahead and present the cast, at least the main cast of that movie?
Okay. Teacher Nyanquee, what's the title? Yes, and of course, Teacher Nyanquee himself as main main character. Isho Mbayoh, myself, I played the role of the teacher,
Mhm.
which is Teacher Nyanquee, and the female character, which is Mrs. Nyanquee. Yes, and that very character and that very role was played by Mary Grace Turay. Yes, and we have actors like the police DPO, White, is commonly known as is well known as Muslim Pope. We have other actors, other female actors like Alice, of course, yes, and Christabel. And there is this small boy who played the supporting character, Daniel. He's a Nigerian, yes, but by then he was in Sierra Leone, so he was featured in the movie called Teacher Nyanquee. And of course, we have Pastor Afam, yes, and more others.
So these actors are they actors you've been working with for a while? Are they very familiar with you? I know you also work as a director in that production. So are these very familiar people?
Yeah, I I actually Teacher Nyanquee for Teacher Nyanquee project. I was not the director. It was directed by a French guy called Gosh. Yes, the idea is for me. Yes, the story is for me, but it was directed by Gosh. And most of the actors I've worked with before, and some I have not worked with before. But to tell you the truth is that Teacher Nyanquee, everybody did his or her best to see that we were able to achieve the entire
Okay.
project. Yes.
Hmm. Beautiful. We are speaking with the producer of Chicha Nyankwi, Ishobi, who is speaking to us live from Asaba in Nigeria. He's on the Nollywood set working, but he's telling us about Nyanquee in this special edition of Apex Movie Hall this Saturday, March the 15th, 2025. So, tell us about how far this film has gone. When was it released? Have people been watching it? And if they have, what feedback are you getting?
Actually, from the time Teacher Nyanquee was released in that same 2022, around November or so, yes, Teacher Nyanquee has really been doing a lot because I was away from the industry before Teacher Nyanquee, and I wanted to use a particular project to bring me back into the industry, and even some other actors. So after the premiere, we premiered the movie at a particular venue called AYV. After that, a lot of actors used Teacher Nyanquee as a way of having one or two other opportunities. It was nominated for the SLAAM awards, it's Islam awards or so. Yes, that was hosted all the way in the US. And also recently we tried our best because most of the feedback we had from audience is that they want to see Teacher Nyanquee. More especially some of them that they were not able to, maybe they were not around, so they were not able to witness the premiere. So what I did was to take Teacher Nyanquee and have a deal with one of the most popular TV station in Sierra Leone, which is AYV. I had a deal with them, and I just told them that I want people to see this Teacher Nyanquee story. So it was being shown on AYV, and recently we tried our best to have Teacher Nyanquee on a YouTube platform that the public can access and see the kind of story we still haven't told in Africa.
Beautiful. His name is Shoyobi. He's a film director and producer, one of the leading ones on the continent as we speak. He's from Sierra Leone. Welcome on board if you are just joining us. Let's go back to Victoria before we make a stop over in Freetown. Staphanie Daniella is joining us once again. Staphanie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Can you go ahead and present the cast of Esubag? Who was who in that movie? Who directed the movie? And who played some of the lead roles?
Oh, the director of Esubag name is Joseph Bliss there. I personally played and we have that's Ranky Labelle, and we Sini is in Douala. He was POP because we actually had of it AOT. We have Flo. We have Bright, the role, and he is continue. We have Mbati, who played the role one in the community, that is Mr. Enoch. There's no emergency. The role of
Okay, that's beautiful. We'll come back to you. All right, we'll come back to you, Staphanie. She's live from Limbe. Time for us to announce that when love happens, we'll see the light of day from Columbus, Ohio on April the 5th at the sumptuous premiere, which is slated for Phoenix Linux 24 Theater, downtown Columbus, Ohio. The event takes place as from 5 p.m. on April the 5th this year. Showtime begins at 7 p.m. So get your tickets, $50 for regular tickets and $100 for VIP tickets. So take note, When Love Happens will be premiered that day in Columbus, Ohio. But before the Columbus premiere for that movie, lovers of movies will also converge on Minnesota on March the 27th this year for the first USA premiere of When Love Happens. That movie is produced and directed by Carter Davis, Liberia's leading film maker. All right, let's go back to Freetown, where Mary Grace Turay is joining us once again. Mary, welcome back.
Thank you.
I want us to go back to teacher Nyanquee and your role in that movie. By the way, why did you accept that script? You just said you played a very controversial character in that film, but there was definitely be a reason why you accepted that script in the first place, Mary.
Definitely. Firstly, I'll say I had no choice because Isho wanted me to be a part of his movie. So I had no choice at all.
Okay.
But yes, when I got the script and I read it, I loved the character because honestly speaking, that is one thing that is killing the system in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Corrupt practitioners, corrupt people in open offices.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of offering their services, all they do is corruption. So I really wanted people to see that. Not everyone has experienced that, you understand? But I have been in the car a lot of times,
Okay.
with my husband when we're being pulled over for things I don't even understand, when we've been asked to give money for certain things that is not our responsibility. How can you ask somebody in a car to buy you battery for your touch? Like it's impossible. That is not my role as a citizen to be buying you battery. If I want to give you something, I'll give you something. But I've seen a lot of corruption from those people. So when it should be said you were going to play this role, at first it was difficult. I was like, this is going to be hard. Like this is going to be crazy for me. A lot of people are going to see a lot of things because this is the thing about me. When I do something, I put my all into it. Like I embody the character and I give my best. So I was like, I'm gonna try. It's not like I really want to do this, but I don't have a choice. But I'm going to do it in a way that you would love. And I'm glad it came out the way it did. But I really wanted to expose the corruption in that system, the police system everywhere. I don't know in the diaspora, but in Africa as a whole is messy and corrupt. Innocent people are being locked up all the time, like all the time. Innocent people that don't have money to fight their cases. I just wanted to expose some of those things. So yeah, I had to do it as much as it was a hard one because I got lots of tapping on my back. A lot of time, you go. Sorry, in Creator, go like, you go act that female. So you're the one who did that female talking about police. I was just acting. It was just a role I played.
Right.
I'm sorry. You
Right.
see, so I got attacked after that a few times.
So Mary,
Yeah.
if I may ask you, so you got in a role where you had to represent a social vice which you so much detest. Tell me, how did it come out at the end of the day? Did you actually put up the required performance, or when you sit back and watch your performance on the screen in that particular role, in that particular character, do you tell yourself that, well, I did it so well?
Oh yes, definitely. And I love the fact that Isho is here because he can also attest to that. But yes, I put up a great show there. I actually did my best. Well, to me, I'll say I outdid myself because I wanted people to really see the bad things that are happening in that system. Honestly speaking, it's terrible. If you're from where I am, you would know what I'm talking about.
Mm.
It's terrible. Yeah.
So there were other characters in this movie. Are these actors the ones who are familiar with you? Have you worked with them before? And what was your experience working with the people in this production?
I'll be honest, this is the Teacher Nyanquee production was the best. I'll be honest. I've never worked with Isho before, but I've seen his work before. And he actually, truthfully, he reached out to me years before that on Facebook. And he said, I want us to work. I
Mm-hmm.
think he was in Ghana. I don't know if he's here right now, but I think he was in Ghana. He sent me a message on Facebook, but I never saw that message. This is the thing. I never saw that message. So when we went for our first meeting, he was like, I remember sending you a message one time for us to work. Ishobi, do you remember that? And I was like, I didn't see that message, but now we're coming to work. So I was excited working with him because this is a very humble human being. Like Ishobi is hardworking, he's a go-getter. When he wants something, he would make sure he gets it. And of course, the director, Isho, what's the guy's name again?
His name is
Gosh, is it Gosh?
Gosh. Yeah,
Director
Gosh.
Gosh.
He's a French guy.
Yes, Director Gosh fell in love with me from the very first day we started shooting. Everybody fell in love with me. I have worked with the crew before because I had done something with Honey Vision and the guys, so they know me. But with the other cast, that was the very first time I worked with Alice. That was the very first time I worked with of course Ishobi and even a young boy from Nigeria. But these are remarkable actors, so we were able to bring everything to life in a limited time. Like we had a very short time because it was in the raining season as well. We did teach Nyanquee in the raining season, so it was crazy. But we worked so hard to bring the character to life, and we did that. So it was really an amazing experience I had working on that set.
Wow, that is interesting. We're speaking with filmmakers on the African continent. It should be and Bio and Mary Grace Turay. So let me know about the technical quality of that film. It should be. Are you satisfied as the producer of the Nyanquee? When you sit back and look at that production, their artistic quality, their technical quality. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was okay. The production was okay because even me myself, I've been into the industry for quite a long time. I've been in Ghana and I've been back camera, not just in front of camera. But so I definitely know what I always want, the production,
Okay.
the quality, talking about the lights, the sound, talking about picture quality. I made sure that what I wanted, is what I got. Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. So, where is that movie available? You just YouTube?
Yeah, for now, I'm planning on a lot of things, but for now, it's on YouTube. We definitely have a channel. We just got recently. Yes, the team just got a channel, and which is Sierra Noli. Now I'm over here. I'm working with Nollywood, so I want that connection with Nollywood and Sierra Leone. So we have a channel on YouTube, Sierra Noli TV. So now you can get Teacher Nyanquee on Sierra Noli TV. Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Looks like a while ago you mentioned film festivals. Can you remind me on that? Has the movie been to any festival yet?
Okay, yes.
That's a while ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Okay.
Slam.
Oh, it's been to SLAM. That is the Sierra Leonean Association of Artists and Musicians Award that takes place annually. The 2025 edition is coming up soon, and we will get to inform you about that. So far, A couple of minutes gone into this edition of Snapshot on Apex One Radio. Looks like we lost Staphanie, but she should be back before we run off this edition of the show. Let me go back to Mary. Quickly, Mary, you were also talking about Small Things, which is another movie which you played a leading character. So tell us about why you accepted that script, and when you look at your performance in Small Things, satisfied or not?
I am satisfied with the performance on Small Things, and I actually took the role because the thing is, I'm married, so I know some of the problems we couple face in our homes. There's some tough discussions that we don't normally talk about. Sometimes you don't like certain things about your partner, but you don't get to talk to them. Like you don't get to make them change. You don't have to change them, but I feel when we talk about some of those problems, we tend to compromise a lot, and we get a meeting point where we can all meet, and everyone is happy at the end of the day. So that is what Small Things is about. The guy who happens to be Paulus Leon, who directed, of course, wrote the script as well and played the lead character.
Okay.
Is a young guy. He's not been married, but and he doesn't like how I eat. He doesn't like how I do a lot of things. So we had to go our separate ways because of that. But we had to come back because what we have is precious. Sometimes you don't have to just walk out of your homes because you feel certain things are not happening. Instead of walking away, why not talk about it and fix those problems? You see, this is what Small Things is about. So when I saw it, I was like, yes, I have to jump on this because I've seen lots of marriages that has ended in divorce the last 2 years, especially in Sierra Leone, like young couple, people would just get up one day out of excitement and go like, let's get married. They would spend a whole lot of money. A lot of people would come together, and all of a sudden, within a year, those marriages are just scattered like that. And when you ask, these are some of the issues that they don't even talk about. Small petty issues can just destroy a whole marriage that is supposed to last for a lifetime. So you see, I was excited to do this one. I was not feeling too well because I was just recovering, even though I'm still recovering from my C-section that I went through, but I had to jump on it because of that. This is the thing about me. I love jumping on things that addresses certain problems in our society. When I see something that is really good and people need to learn from it, I jump on it. So that was why I also took Small Things in December. It's out, of course. It's on YouTube. If you check for Exceed Fantasy, you'll be able to see it. It's just 20 minutes. Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Let's go back to Nigeria before we come back and run off with Mary. Shebi, welcome back. All right. So if you can hear me, what are you currently working on as far as your personal projects are concerned?
After teacher Nyanquee, I decided to hold on producing movies. We have challenges in Sierra Leone, that I will tell you. So I remember way back when I went to Ghana, spent about 4 years. So I decided to make another move to Nigeria. I want to see myself featured in the great Nollywood movies. And there was a particular producer who knew me when I was in Ghana. He said, my friend, you've been away for a very long time. I'm no more in Ghana, so I'm in Nigeria. Can you come and just have a start over here in Nollywood? I said, okay, no problem. So I was here since November, and I've done a couple of movies. One is even out right now. Yes, I was able to play a detective role. And the title of that movie is Rugged Pastor. With the likes of great actors like what's this lady, Lizzie Gold. It's actually Lizzie Gold's project. So for now, basically, I'm just here trying to see how best I will be featured in so many movies. If I go back to Sierra Leone anytime from now, then I will now think of how to be producing myself. But for now, I just want to connect that Nollywood and Sierra Leone film industry. There's people should just expect a lot coming from me. And from November to now, I think I've done more than 8 movies. Yes.
Okay, beautiful. I think this is a golden opportunity since I have you and Mary here from Sierra Leone. Let's just talk about this. Mary, we are in 2025 and we've seen what Sierra Leoneans have done as individuals, right? They've done some fantastic jobs. We've seen how much talent, has come out from that country. Yet, we still have Sierra Leoneans who have to move to Ghana or to Nigeria to be able to make it. Whereas we're thinking that, the Sierra Leonean film industry was already picking up. So, Mary, tell me, what is holding your country back in terms of filmmaking?
Resources. That's the honest truth. We don't have people who believe in what we're doing that can invest. We don't have investors like the Nigerians. You see, you just see one investor would say, "I'll executive produce your film. I'll give you all the money that you want." And we've been on the neck of government people for us to have a film policy that would be a guide to us. I don't know where that is going. Maybe Isho knows where it is going, but I don't think I know where it is going. But for us independent filmmakers, it's been really crazy. I wouldn't lie to you. It's been really, it's frustrating. It's crazy. Sometimes you just want to give up. There are no funds allocated to us filmmakers. There is nowhere where you can go and take certain amount of resources, do a film, pay it back if you have to. No, we don't have none of that being established. It's just like a baby industry still. It's just a few of us who believe in what we're doing, and we're still putting in our monies and having few people that believes in us. Even that brings me to what I'm about to do. So as for Clashofera, I'm like, you know what, for the money I need for this project, I don't think I can have it now. So let me just put it aside and work on other projects. You see, and I have this other production that I want to start by next month, and I have resources issues. How am I going to get the money to fund what I want to do? So the main issue is funding. It should be here. Literally had to spend all his money. He literally spent all his money on teaching Nyanquee, and I'm in a position to tell you that he has not made a dime out of it because we don't have the market. We're still struggling with the market. I feel the people that are in front that call themselves bigger filmmakers, and I've not been doing anything, but I've been collecting whatever that has to come to us, really need to step down. For some of us who really have the passion to be there. For Isho, who is a married man, who is a struggling human being, fending for his family, he literally had to take from his pocket and did an amazing project like Teacher Nyanquee that is not being celebrated. It's crazy. It's frustrating. That's the honest truth.
How many film making generations do you have in Sierra Leone? Because when you say those who have been there need to step back, so do you mean that there was a first generation of filmmakers in Sierra Leone before your own generation? And if you had that generation before yours, were they tapping from some resources, maybe from the government, and not paving the way for other people, or what? Could you explain that further?
So we had a generation that has been there because I think filmmaking actually started way back, but when it got to where it is today, I think it started like 15 years ago. We had people that were before us, you understand? Those people, the government officials are the ones they're still talking to. So let me tell you the sad part. The sad part is those people literally left us like 5 years ago. They've not been producing any films. They've not been doing anything. They're all frustrated. They don't want to mix. They don't want to have anything to do with the industry anymore. But those are the people that are holding major positions. They are in the film council. How can you be in a film council and you're not even interested in making films anymore? And now when the government wants to talk to filmmakers, those are the people they're talking to. And those are the same people that are not doing nothing. You see? So for us, the younger generation that started professionally like 5, 6 years ago, that wants to get something out of this, it is almost impossible because we cannot get access to the government's people. Because at the end of the day, the government's people have worked with those people for years and nothing has come out of it.
So
Now we are like jokers, you see?
So do you have a platform where all filmmakers meet to reflect on these issues you are talking about?
We do have different platforms. I'll be honest, I'm at a point where I don't even talk anymore. I just want to have my resources, do my film, let my film speak for me now, because I'm tired. I'm tired. That's the honest truth. Like, I literally walked out of all of the WhatsApp groups. That makes no sense to me because I cannot continue to be there. What I am aiming and dreaming about is here. And okay. I don't want to keep being here, you get? So sometimes I just walk away. No hard feelings, no disrespect for anyone. I still have respect for everyone, but I'll just be in my own little space, do what I have to do as a filmmaker to help push this country, because this country is bigger than all of us.
So one thing I do understand about this industry, filmmaking as an artist, that even when the resources are lacking, the story should not lack. First of all, does Sierra Leone have the stories to tell?
Yes, we do. Take a look at, for instance, Clashofera. You have seen Clashofera. I know you've seen the short film. And we produced Clashofera in 2023. As I'm talking to you today, it is still being recognized internationally. That was because the story is good. And that is because the story is still good. The story is good, the production, we have people who can actually produce good films in this country. But all of those people are independent filmmakers that don't have the resources. And you cannot go into film production if you don't have resources. It's almost impossible. You see, it's almost impossible.
Wow.
And it's frustrating.
Okay, beautiful. So let me go to the film to the film director Ishobi. We will wrap up this conversation very soon. But Mary and I were just talking about some of the pitfalls of the Sierra Leonean film industry. But with you, I would like us to talk about the quality of the films that have been made in Sierra Leone today. Are your films up to standard? Because I know Africans used to complain way back that the quality of African films were not so good, perhaps the reason why some African film industries were not making it. But today with digital technology, everyone is producing beautiful content, especially the young ones we find on YouTube, on Facebook, and those social media handles you can think of. Do Sierra Leoneans produce good quality films that can be readily accepted by the public?
It's a nice question. Yes, of course. I like and I love traveling a lot. And in filmmaking, I just did not decide to just go into filmmaking. I started with production, as a crew member, I know a lot about script supervising. I know a lot about PM, production management. I know a lot about continuity. I travel a lot. I will not mention countries, but most of these countries that I go to, I will just try to compare their movies to our own. Sierra Leone is really doing well. We have bad movies, of course, everywhere in the world. Yes, we have bad movies everywhere. But yet still, Sierra Leone, we have movies that can go international because of standards. You check about everything. You check about everything. You check about, is it the storyline? Is it the lights? Is it the casting? Some people will just say casting. Trust me, it's not just me. We have other Sierra Leoneans in Nigeria that are doing perfect. I'm telling you, my first set in Nigeria, after years back, when I came back around this November, my first set, the producer said a lot about me, but they said, okay, let's see this guy. Who is this guy? You get it. After my first scene, trust me, a director who is well famous said, my guy, take my number, collect my number. So is it that we don't have actors in Sierra Leone? We have gifted people, we have talented people, not just the actors, talking about crew members. We have people who just made sacrifices to study and have a lot of experience in this thing. So we have all, for me, I just don't know where the problem is coming from. I don't know. Is it good story? We have good stories. I just don't know where the problem is coming from. Yesterday, like this, somebody was asking me, what is wrong with Sierra Leone industry? Where is the problem coming from? I told the person, I don't know. I just don't know. You know, because some of we are making sacrifices. Some people were complaining, how are we going to get teacher Nyanquee? I took my time, spent a lot on that YouTube channel. Maybe here is my evidence, it's my witness. How many viewers? You know? So I just don't know where the problem is coming from. I don't know. I really don't know where the problem is coming from. Are you talking about camera? Are you talking about equipment? We have a lot of equipment. We have those that are just standard compared to other countries. I will not mention those countries, but I've been around Africa. You know?
Okay, beautiful. So I have just one or two more questions for you before we close up with your projects, Mary and Ishobi. So Mary, we are living in a new dispensation with social media, and every single citizen on social media has become a content creator. Now we're talking about individuals who are bigger than industry, right? We have individuals with millions of followers, you know, just following and enjoying their content. Could this be one of the reasons why traditional filmmaking, especially in Sierra Leone, for instance, is not emerging? So is it like we were about to make it, then social media came in and everyone became a film or a content maker, distracting us from what we would have had today? So can we state here that the coming of social media, where everyone has become a content creator, is one of the reasons why the Sierra Leonean film industry has not really stood on its feet anymore?
To me, definitely not. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I don't even think we have a lot of content creators on TikTok, which is the popular platform right now. We have a few that are doing well, that have done well. And one of them is Peter Komba, who is now living in Nigeria, because the Nigerians are like pulling him away from us now. You see, Shobi also is in Nigeria. They're literally pulling him from away from us. We have a few that have done well, you see, but I don't think that is the reason why. No.
Okay.
But I'd rather say I think some of us intend to use social media to gain popularity outside now, because I feel that is our only way out, as in getting help from people who really understand, who really respect what we're doing. Because it's as if we're in a country where what we're doing is not being respected much. That's I'll say to you, because honestly speaking, that's what we have experienced, really. So I don't want to say social media has been a problem. No, it has not been a problem. I think it's a problem in countries like Nigeria, but in Sierra Leone, no, it has not gotten to that point yet. No.
The same question, maybe in a different way to Ishebi. So, do you think Sierra Leone should rather utilize the opportunity of social media to drive its film industry across? We are living in fast-changing times.
Yeah, yes, I think so. That's the only thing I can say about that is, let's say, you see Nigerians. I remember way back during the time of DVD or even cassettes, the normal cassettes. Nigerians make a lot of use towards that opportunity by then. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm just saying it's a movement. Social media is a movement that Sierra Leone need to make use of. How many viewers can you have on YouTube? Nigeria will upload a single movie within 1 or 2 hours. Just check the viewers you see. So Sierra Leone need to make use of the social media. Nigeria, they can never see a movement and they will not make use of it. You get it? I remember way back during CD. By the time Nigeria exhausted, they exhausted CD. That was the time Sierra Leoneans were ready to make use of those cassettes and stuff like that. Now, check it. Most of the actors, if you don't see them like that, they have their own channels. Most of them, they just have their own channels. They are making use of the moment. Go to Sierra Leone. How many of the filmmakers do you see having channel on YouTube and all? So you see, so let's make use of the moment, because that very moment is going to expire anyways. We are growing every day. That moment is going to expire. Now we are into social media. We see some of us, yes, we just have to play along because if you don't do, trust me, there's no way. You just have to go by it. That's the moment. We are into that very moment. You have to go by it. So I'm pleading to Sierra Leoneans, movie makers, fans. Let's make use of the social media thing. Let's make use of it. How can a whole Sierra Leone you upload even how to get 1,000 viewers? It's not easy. It's difficult.
Okay, beautiful. I'll stay with you to run off Ishobi. So, what are your current projects, and how soon should we see your next your next work?
Yeah, wrapping up for this interview, because here right now, I think the time is 5 to 7 p.m. and we've lost daylight in filmmaking. We've lost daylight. And what my director told me was, immediately we lose daylight, you have to go inside for your interior scenes. So my upcoming projects, I would say, for now, I really want to focus on being on the Nigerian screen. I'm going to Sierra Leone anytime from now, any moment from now, I'm going to Sierra Leone. Before coming back to Nigeria, maybe I will have a project collaborating with Sierra Leoneans, because it's our industry. We just definitely have to keep pushing. You have people, they have talent, but the platform, the main thing, the platform is not enough. Platform is not enough. You get it. Immediately you cross that boundary, just cross the border of Sierra Leone, go to any place, you see prospect, you see things happening in your career. You get it. So we don't have to give up on that industry at all. I'm planning to come back and see how best I can shoot 1 or 2 other projects that I'll try pushing. I'm here making some connections. I just don't want to shoot a movie and leave it like that. I want to push it. To see how best it will go to platforms like those other platforms that you can see Nigerian movies. You see, so I have a lot of plans, but for now I just focus on being on the Nigerian screen. Yes.
All right, perfect. When we come back, we'll just say bye to you. You probably drop your social media contacts. It should be. Let me run off with Mary. So, Mary, I do understand that you are so dedicated and committed to this industry to an extent where you will be the last person to give up. I know you've really expressed some despair there, but I think you would not want to sit back and see the Sierra Leonean film industry just go down the drain completely. So tell me, where do you think you still have the last iota of hope? What do you think Sierra Leonean filmmakers should do so that the industry does not collapse completely?
Firstly, what I think we need to do is fully be aware that each and every one of us is representing this country. And whatever we do is for us to be able to transform and break the limitation that we have as a country. We are underrepresented. We should try to, change that narrative. When they talk about films in Africa, we have everything to be amongst the top five. When we won the Begin Film Festival in California, it was over movies from Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, everywhere. We emerged as winner. You get, so to me, that is the day I changed my mentality. So I said to myself, if we can win at a festival like this, and over 10 other festivals have nominated Clashofera, you understand? So to me, I feel there should be no limitation. It means we can really represent. We can go and win, as our presence would be felt, and people have been feeling our presence since we created Clashofera. You see, so to me, I feel we have to know that we're not only representing ourselves, but our country as a whole. And we have kids that are coming up that are going to ask, Mom, you said you've been into movies for years. What can you say? What did you achieve? You understand? What and what did you change? What were the sacrifices you made? I want to be able to have answers to all of those questions when my kids are going to start asking those questions. So at the end of the day, we have to put whatever infights that we have aside and concentrate. I'm sorry, are you getting me, please? I don't know if you're getting me. Are you getting me? Isha, are you getting me? But yeah, I feel we have to put whatever, I feel we have to put our differences aside and do what we have to do, to showcase this country positively, because we have everything, like Isho said. We have good cast, we have good crew members that can pull off whatever type of film. We can actually compete internationally. Let's just bring it on. Isha is not supposed to be in Nigeria right now if everything was okay in Sierra Leone.